Okay, this is Orlando Wilson, and what I'm going to talk about in this video is how easy it is for people to get themselves kidnapped. I'm sure you're thinking you're too bright to get yourself kidnapped, but I doubt that very much. I have a very low opinion of people, so I've dealt with too much stupidity over the years. So the thing is, most people that are going to be kidnapped don't realize they're under the threat of kidnapping, or people want to kidnap them. If you're not aware that people want to kidnap you, the chances are you're going to be very, very easy to kidnap, period. That's it. Simple example. Let's say somebody wants to kidnap you. To start off with, what they're going to be doing is checking your social media, doing their social engineering, looking to see your likes, your dislikes, etc. And the easiest way to do it these days is to make a job offer. Even if you're happy with your job, to offer you everything you want. Better job, better pay, international travel, etc., etc. Everything that's above and beyond you. Would you go to the interview? Even if most people knew the job was above and beyond them, they'd most probably go to the interview just because. Okay, the interview's the setup for the kidnapping. The interview is the kidnapping. So, how many people go to job interviews with people they don't know, go to meetings with people they don't know, etc., all the time? Go on dates with people they don't know. That's another one, the honey trap. But check my other videos and articles about that. So again, it's easy for people to be set up for kidnapping. Simple. Now, years ago, when I was in South Florida, I had a course going on, a kidnap and ransom course, prevention course. And I had two more students coming in for a close protection course. And the courses overlapped. The last day of one course was the prelim day for the second course. So the guy I had on the kidnap and ransom course, I said to him, I want you to kidnap two of the students that's coming in. They were flying into Fort Lauderdale Airport. I said, I want you go one of my guys, so I want you to set them up and kidnap him. At which point he was like a little bit apprehensive. Student, but he was capable. And it wasn't that hard, really. So, the first guy landed at Fort Lauderdale. I told him I was going to pick him up. I told him to call me when his second guy was in, and I'd come pick him up both together. So, say 20 minutes after the second guy landed, his plane landed, my phone started going. It was the guys calling for the pickup. I didn't answer. I got the student that was on the K&R course to call them about 40 minutes later and say, okay, I'm on my way to pick you up. He didn't mention my name. He didn't mention my company's name. He didn't mention anything. He just mentioned that he was on his way to pick these guys up. They didn't verify, they didn't ask. And we left it a little while because that way these guys would be antsy. They'd be anxious to get out of the airport. They're anxious to get things moving. They've been hanging around too long already, so they're not worried about asking questions. Who else is going to pick them up, right? They're only security guys doing a security course. Anyway, the guy on the K&R course went to the airport with one of my guys driving. He was talking to him before he approached the airport. And again, he was calling them on a phone number they didn't know. He was calling them on a phone number I'd never given them. So these guys were happily answering, happily talking, questioning nothing. So he said they were easy to spot at the airport because one of them was a big guy, shaven head, typical security guy with a Pelican case, etc. So they got him in the car, no worries. Nobody asked for ID, nobody challenged anybody. And still at this stage, my name had not been mentioned, the company had not been mentioned, nothing about a security course had been mentioned. These guys just willingly got into a car. So I get the text message, they're in the car, we're leaving the airport. Okay, now I called them from my phone, the phone number they'd been given. And one of the guys picked up, he sounded a little bit strange when I said, I'll be there in like 20 minutes to pick you up. Sorry for the delay. I've been busy, etc. Just get your stuff together, wait outside, and I'll be there. And I just hung up. And I could tell by the guy's response, he was like umming and ahhing, that he realized there was an issue. Then I get a text message from the guy that kidnapped them saying, can you call them back because they're beginning to freak out. So I called them back and told them it's just an exercise, I'll see you in a bit, no worries, chill. Because they were a little bit stressed. I was waiting at a parking lot and they got there a couple minutes later after I made the call. And one of the guys that had been kidnapped, I'd say he's in a state of shock. Why? Because he didn't know what was going on. He was babbling, I'm here to do a security course, I'm here to see Orlando, whatever. He didn't realize he'd been kidnapped. The other guy was in a state of denial, saying, I knew something was up, whatever. He didn't know what the fuck was up, to put it politely. I try not to swear on these videos. He was in a state of denial. Okay, those two guys, security contractors, coming to do, and they were in the security business already, coming to do a KNR, coming and do a close protection course, got themselves kidnapped to start with. Simple, right? They never verified who they were getting in the car with. They never verified anything. They were being called from a strange number by somebody they didn't know, and they still got in the car. So this is where personal security, a lot of it is about basics. This is why I said a lot of people are so stupid, they get themselves kidnapped. Most people would do the same thing in the same situation. I remember one airport I've flown into and out of several times in a country which is renowned for, how can I put it, having issues. And every time I've been there, there's been you go outside of the airport where people are waiting. And if you want to know how we do such things, I've got a video up on airport pickups. Check my social media. Follow us on YouTube, etc., and check out that video on how we do airport pickups. Or hints on how we do airport pickups. I've come out of this airport, and where you have people, the taxis waiting, the drivers waiting, every time there's been a guy stood there with a corporate sign from the same company. You know, I mentioned the company, it's Kellogg's. So this guy stood there with a sign from Kellogg's. If I remember right, I've seen people walk up to him and he walks away with these guys, executives, etc. You know what? If you got somebody there just to stand there with another person with a Kellogg sign, and even if that guy questioned you, said, yeah, I'm a driver, I've been sent here by whoever to pick somebody up. Just make up a story. The guy's a mignon driver. He wouldn't even question things. And then if the executives come up to you, yes sir, I'm here to take you to your hotel, which hotel is it, etc. You know what, as soon as you got them in the car, they're jacked. That's it, they're gone. And this is it. If anybody from this is listening, if anybody from Kellogg's is listening to this, you need to seriously sort out your pickups and drop-offs internationally, especially at the country I've just mentioned, because you're asking for trouble if you've not already had it. So I tell people, personal security, kidnap prevention, it's all common sense. The trouble is, people don't have common sense these days. Most people are stupid. Yeah, you might be bright at whatever you do, but once you come into my world, which is a world of common sense, I would say the vast majority of people are stupid. They're not aware. They're easy to be set up. And you've got to remember, the bad guys have got nothing else to do. The professional kidnappers, the professional criminals have got nothing else to do but think about how to set you up and kidnap you. So, for more stories like this on kidnap prevention, security awareness, etc., follow me along on my social media for these videos, and we've also got these going up in podcast formats. And again, if you've got any relevant questions, please reach out to me if you're connected with me on LinkedIn, etc. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, and don't go getting into cars with strangers.